Hello, welcome back to my studio. Well, I'm talking more about oil paint today, but it's quite an exciting one because I get a chance to try out some artist quality paint that I've been really looking forward to. And this is the Rembrandt range of oil paints made by Royal Talens, the same company that makes the Van Gogh oil paints that I've recently had a look at. I've got we could call it a starter box of Rembrandt oil paints, 10 tubes of paint. Once again, from my friends at Art Savings Club. And let's have a look at what's inside this rather quite attractive box and see what these paints look like. Put a few out on the palette. In another video I'm going to be doing a little painting demonstration, maybe something with a bit of a nod to the old master painting tradition, maybe a little still life. This paint certainly comes with a good reputation amongst professional artists, so I'm pretty sure that this is going to create a really special painting. So let's have a look inside. Okay, so here's the box. 10 tubes of 15 milliliter extra fine oil color. Very attractive looking box. Let's have a look inside. So there we have it. Very attractive packaging. It really does make you feel like you have a special product. And a good range of colors, primaries, the blues, some earth colors, white obviously. So let's have a look at a few of these on the palette and maybe compare them to some of the Van Gogh colors as well. See if there's any real marked difference, and also have a look at the workability of the paint. Okay, let's have a look at some of these colors. I'm going to start off with the yellow lemon. It's called Permanent Lemon Yellow. I can see straight away that it is very buttery and soft. And there's a good amount of oil as well. It's really strong and intense lemon yellow, all the characteristics of the color, but absolutely soft and buttery. So if you were considering painting in the usual alla prima fashion, you could use this straight out the tube, no medium required whatsoever. It's just ready to spray it on very easily. If you were going to use glazing techniques, then maybe you would add medium to your glaze, but for no other reason. There's certainly no need. Now here's a bit of Van Gogh lemon yellow. And let's just have a look at a comparison. And I don't know if I'm just biased or seeing things, but you know, I think the Rembrandt looks more intense straight away. Slightly thicker feel to it, and not quite as buttery and soft as the Rembrandt over here. More intense. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's a slight perception. And with the brush through that, just a little more textured feel to it. And then through the Rembrandt, just finer. You see that? Much finer texture than the Van Gogh one, coming across as a bit thicker and textured, perhaps just suggesting that a little more fillers and binders involved than you would find in the more pure pigment artist grade paint. Let's have a look at the burnt sienna. A little bit of burnt sienna, looking also dark, buttery, and here's some of the Van Gogh burnt sienna. It looks like I'm just getting a bit of yellow mixed in there, but anyway, there's the Van Gogh burnt sienna. Van Gogh being a student paint made by Royal Talens, and of course the Rembrandt being an artist grade paint also made by Royal Talens. So Rembrandt burnt sienna, oilier and softer, incredibly fine texture. So if you can see that on camera, this is a more glistening, more intense looking than the Van Gogh version. Slightly more pastier, and texture seems to be just that little bit rougher. But this is just sublimely fine and soft. Let's try the permanent red light. So I think we've established there is a real difference between the fine art quality paint and the student quality paint, as you would expect. So once again, a sense of slight separation of oil and pigment, which is what you would expect to get when a paint's been sitting in the tube, and then that incredible soft fineness, which really I'm quite surprised at. I must confess that I'm really quite excited about these Rembrandt paints and the marked difference in consistency to the Van Gogh line, and the beautiful buttery fine texture to the Rembrandt artist paints. Really, they feel quite sublime. If you are fortunate enough to get some of these paints, I don't think you'll regret it. So I'm really looking forward to trying them out in a painting just now. Something else that Rembrandt paints allow you to do with a lot of confidence, I think, is to create glazes. If you do work in the indirect painting method and want to build up glazes in the old master type of paint tradition, then the extreme fine quality and fine texture of this paint will be ideal for that, and quite rightly so, with a name like Rembrandt attached to the paints. So I think they'll also work very well for the direct alla prima method, sort of the impressionist approach, and you'll be able to smooth on those buttery impasto layers as well. But I think I may just be tempted to try out some of the old master methods in a painting. So look out for that demonstration.